All right, we are going to call this method the slip and slide um, X game. It's the slip and slide X game. Um, Again, we have an A that cannot be factored out. Here's an example. We have an A of 2. 2 will not factor from a 5 or a 3, so that means we can't pull out that 2 to make this be just an X game. So we're going to call this the slip and slide X game. You're going to slip. You're always going to slip. Sorry, let me grab my pen. You're going to slip your A to the end of the trinomial and multiply by C. So I'm just going to take this A right here. I'm going to slip it back here, and I'm going to multiply it times that 3, and then I'm going to kind of cross that out, and or maybe just rewrite it. I'm going to rewrite it so that my new quadratic is just an x squared plus 5x plus 6. Where did the 6 come from? It came from multiplying A times C. Now we're going to play the X game, just like we did all the other times that we had an A of 1. We draw our big X, we put our times sign, whatever our symbol right here is, that plus sign is what goes down here, plus. That means we're going to look for two numbers that multiply together to give me 6, that add to give me 5. Okay? Now, and this says factor this new basic trinomial, which is what we're doing. This is use the X game. Use the X game. Okay, and so what are the two numbers that multiply together to give me 6? Well, it's just 1 and 6, and 2 times 3. And we're looking for them to add to give me 5. 1 and 6 give me 7. 2 and 3 give me 5. So it is 2 and 3. But now we're going to do step 3. It says divide both of your factors. Remember, the things on the sides, those are factors. It says divide both of your factors by the value that you slipped. And by the way, what did we slip? We slipped A from step 1. So whatever our A is, whatever this number right here that we multiplied by, we've got to now take each one of these and divide it by that number. So just put it over 2. Okay? That's our new step 3. Divide both of your factors by whatever number that was out in front to begin with. So you're going to divide by A. It's basically what you're doing. We multiplied by A, so now we've got to undo multiply and divide by A. It should all work out. We multiplied by A right here. Now we're going to divide by A right here. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and write our parentheses because we have all the stuff that we need to answer the question. We know we're going to have an X here and an X here. These signs were both plus, so we know everything's a plus. So we have a plus right here. But before you write these two numbers down, you want to do step number 4, which says reduce your fractions. Will 2 divided by 2, or will 2 halves, will that divide? Yes, that reduces down to 1. That reduces down to 1. And you can ask Desmos if you're not sure. So we're going to put a 1 where that 2 over 2 was. Now, does 3 over 2 reduce? No, it doesn't. 3 over 2 does not reduce, so we're going to go ahead and write that 3 over 2. And now it says, after we reduce the fractions, it says, if you have a fraction, and we do, you're going to slide that denominator up in front of the variable. So this is the slip and slide part. This is the slide part. We're going to take that 2 and we're going to slide it right up in front because we don't want that fraction. So my final answer is x plus 1 and then 2x plus 3. And that is how you handle the slip and slide. You slipped the AC, the A to the back and multiplied. Because we multiplied right here, we've got to divide by A right here. Reduce those fractions. If they don't reduce, write it down, and then your final act will be to slide that denominator out in front of your variable. So by the time you get finished, you shouldn't have any fractions.